Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you'll know that it's snowing. And unless you've been hiding under a rock with Wi-Fi, you'll hear all the reports of people getting really big boo-boos in those big four-wheel vehicles. Which got me thinking, bikes don't have as many, but we still have wheels. Does that mean we're also susceptible to danger? So that's what this video was about. How to stay safe during the winter. And the first part is dressing the part. I'm going to be showing you guys how I dress for the weather, which is basically 3 stages. Summer, fall, winter, and eventually, that time where your country eventually turns into the Arctic tundra. The dead of winter usually consists of a light blue jacket, synthetic and zipped up, and then a heavy jacket, usually not synthetic, zipped up or unzipped depending on how cold it is outside at the moment. And a face mask, which I usually fashion out of a long sleeve t-shirt, usually synthetic, which you can fashion like this. And a trusty pair of gloves, which will eventually slip on. My lower half usually consists of not 1 but 2 layers of socks, one of which is almost always knee-high to help with the cold, and then we have a short pair of basketball shorts and a nice long pair of sweatpants to go on top of all that. Keep in mind this is just my setup. Feel free to use as many or as little layers as you need depending on your natural resistance to the cold. And of course a helmet, so that when you inevitably crash, your brain doesn't go stupid. In the next part, I'm going to show you guys how to avoid this from happening. It's happened to all of us, and we'll all walk away with it, because, you know, it hurts your ego more than anything. And the way to deal with that properly is to know what kind of snow you're dealing with. I'll go through the 4 types of snow as I like to classify them. The first kind of snow is the snow that is light and fluffy. This snow, from above, can completely conceal this rock, which in reality sticks out of the ground about 3 inches, which can obviously be a problem. Or in the complete opposite case, it can make this rock look huge, which in reality is a very slim and low-to-the-ground rock. Or this part of the trail, which you can't tell, is actually a trench. Or this, which has enough rocks and roots underneath that snow to make a pro tremble. And I couldn't find an example, but if it freezes over and then snows this kind of snow, in rare cases it can completely conceal a river, which is bad. It also makes everything incredibly slippery. It's also the snow that's responsible for this. The next kind of snow is hard and packy. It has nowhere near as many issues as soft and fluffy, and it's only known for being packed down to slippery snow after repetitive use. Not much to say, except for the fact that it's good for snowballs. The next kind of snow is slush. This is really bad because you can be riding down the road, hit a patch of this, and instantly hit the ground. I've had it happen, you've probably had it happen, but other than that, it usually doesn't show up on the trails much, so you're most likely safe from this if you're a mountain biker. The fourth and final kind of snow is straight up ice. Now, unless you enjoy riding on lakes and rivers, you typically don't run into this. Obviously, it's very slippery and can be dangerous, but like I said, it usually only forms on roads, so it's very easy to avoid as a mountain biker. Did I say it's slippery? It's slippery. So now we'll be ranking the 4 different types of snow based on their danger level. Number 1 on our list, we have slush. Now, due to the fact that a patch of slush on the road can just pop up out of nowhere and send you down, this is the most dangerous on my list. Next up is light and fluffy. Now, it does have a lot of dangers, but it's a little bit more easy to predict, so it's number 2. Number 3, we have hard and packy. This typically isn't as dangerous. People even build jumps out of it sometimes, so it's number 3. And number 4, a bit controversial, is ice. You're probably saying, why is ice the least dangerous kind of snow? It's because it's so easy to avoid, because it almost never forms on trails. There's always things in the news when it's on roads. So, yeah, that's the list. So yeah, that was the video. This one took a really long time to film and edit. So please give it a like. Please consider subscribing. And just, yeah, get out there, have fun, and wear a helmet.